Hi everybody, this is Anthony from Sunny Creates. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Before we continue, I want to just thank all those new subscribers. I seem to be getting new subscribers every day. So I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I want to welcome you. And then also for all those diehard subscribers that have stuck with me, I want to thank you too for your loyalty. So let's get started. Right, so today what do we have over here? We have, don't worry, it is still Christmas in my world. Well, at least for my journal. I'm almost done. Just doing the cover now. So I've got these two little, like, I don't know, inserts, if you want to call them that I've made. So I'm working on two journals at one time, trying to finish off my Forgotten Love, which is my Christmas journal. Okay, and I won't say it's forgotten, it's just taking a long time to do, but that I have a challenge. It must be ready by the 28th of Feb. And then this here is my Valentine's one. So what is this all about? Now you must have seen many people doing this with a junk mail envelope, but I'm not using a junk mail envelope. I am just using some card that I have. So this here is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 128 GSM, but I think I'm going to be working with, I think, 170 or 150 as well. So we're going to give it a try because I've already printed something and I wanted to use it. And then, so what happens over here is that very similar, as I mentioned, to the junk mail envelope insert, and all you do is you take it out, but the difference over here is that you've got writing space over here, you've got writing space over here, you've got writing space over here as well. And then what happens is when you open it out, it opens out kind of like that. So you got writing space on this side and you got writing space on this side, or journaling space. So it offers much more in terms of journaling space, and yes, it is hidden as well. And then it goes back into the fold like that, or into that little pocket like that. And then depending on how you want to glue it on your page, you can glue it flat down, or you can glue it in such a way where you get a top pocket like that, you get a side pocket like that, and if it's on this side of the page, then you get a side pocket on this side as well. And then just to add a little bit more writing space, there's a little piece of piece of paper that you can write on. So those, I think I've covered that in my scraps, but if I didn't, it's a Accordion idea, so it's not really my idea. Okay, and then the very same thing for this one over here. Oh, see, it opened up. I think on this one over here, what I did is I put in a gusset, but then I realized there's no need for a gusset. So I did it without the gusset and then with the gusset, and then I realized now you don't need really a gusset. Okay, and then the very same concept over here as well. Okay, so that's basically it, and we are going to make this today. And I really like this idea simply because it affords lots of journaling space, more than I think a normal page would allow for. Okay, so let's get started, but before we do that, let's see what's all the, what's your supplies going to be. Well, you'll need glue, you will need a pair of scissors, you will need some paper that you are going to work with. I think I might work with some book pages here, and then that's a printed one there. Then this is a little bit more of a firmer cardboard, that's to make the flap inside. And then you will need some pages. I'm using coffee dyed pages. This is normal copy paper over here. Okay, you might need a scoreboard, I'm sorry, not a scoreboard, a trimming board, depending. What else do you need? Oh, some ribbon if you're going to, well, you're going to decorate it in some way. And then just some ephemera on the other side for decoration purposes. So let's get to it. Let's start with the book page first. Right, so I'm going to neaten my edge over here on the book page, and we'll move from there. Let's see. Great stuff. Yes, so I hope that you are all having an absolutely awesome week so far. It is Tuesday. Oh my goodness, it's still so early into the week. My gosh, only Tuesday. Right, so yes, well, anyway, I hope you're having an awesome week so far and that you are busy crafting. Okay, so what are we going to do? How wide do I want my pocket? I think I want my pocket this wide here. Okay, so I am just going to fold it like that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off that excess over there. So where this fold, where the edge of the page ends, that's where I am going to trim it off. Okay, kind of like that. Great stuff. Okay, and now you want to try and figure out how long do I want my pocket, because the rest of it is going to be the part on the top, the part that inserts inside. So I think I want my pocket about that long. So I'm going to, for demonstration's sake, I'm going to just make a mark over here, because I'm going to now cut that off there. It depends on you. Okay, so the pocket I made, the Christmas one, it's a big one, and then the other one you saw was a smaller one. It depends on you. You can make this as small or as big as you want to. Just looking, I think I'm going to take it a little bit more so I get a deeper part of it there, and that's basically it. So now what will we do now? So now what you're going to do is that you're going to glue it up. Okay, run thin strips of glue or lines of glue on this side and on this side. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. Oopsie doopsie. Hopefully gosh, hopefully my my small glue hasn't dried up, because I haven't used it. Probably has, but we'll give it a shot. And then just want to get some glue page out here. Okay, so I wanted to let you know, I've always said to you, I don't know where I got this from, but today it dawned on me where I got it from. So let's get this right first. Like that. Okay, so I want to so what I do is I take all my dies that I buy and then I put them on magnetic sheets, because if I don't see them, I'm going to forget about them. The only dies that are still in the the normal packaging is going to be my Tim Holtz one, because that I don't think I'm gonna forget about. Okay, so and I love going to, when it's on the when it's up and I can see them, I love going to look at them to see the different possibilities that I can do. So I've just put glue on this side and this side. Okay, if this was cut open, you would have put glue there as well. So that's basically it there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to, I just folded, oh no, there's the part. I was like, wow, how did I get that so wrong? And I glued it on the wrong side. Okay, so there's no continuation. So okay, it's fine. What I'll do is I'll just put some ribbon there or something like that, right? But it should have been there, or rather there, like that. Okay, but I was talking to you and then I glued it on this side. Okay, no problem, we can recover. Not a train smash. Okay, so what was I saying is, yes, so all the magnetic sheets that I use, this is the backing from it. So let me remember that this is my part where now I've got that open. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the sheet here, which is the thicker cardboard, and then we are going to measure it, because now this needs to fit into this pocket that we created over there. So I'm going to say, okay, in terms of my measurement, I want it, you know, I'm going to bring it a little bit in. You can see I've left that little space over there, and also on this side here to compensate for the fact that it is glued, and this pocket is not this width over here is not the actual size anymore because it's got glue on two sides. The same over here in terms of the length of it. I'm going to not put it right to the end. I'm going to also not put it right to the end at the bottom. Once again, compensating for the fact that we used our glue on that side over there. Okay, so now once again, now what you're going to do is that is just one side of it. Now you're going to fold it, okay? Or you can trim it across here and then fold it. So maybe we should do that. In that way, we save a little bit more on our cardboard. Okay. So, I'm going to trim it down here. I've got the little line over there that I know is my guide. And I'm going to trim it there. And then what I'm going to do is, there's my little line here to show me how wide I need this pocket to be. And I am going to now fold it edge to edge on each side. And I think you will need a bone folder, but not necessarily. If you can use your pin sole or the edge of your scissor or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to fold it down now, and I'm going to see what happens. So I'm going to cut it down now. Sorry, not fold it. I'm going to cut it like that. Okay, so great. I'm going to cut it like that. Now this paper is moving around. It's quite annoying. Right, so before we do anything with this, let's see whether it's going to fit in here. Because we wouldn't want to go so far into this process and then find out, oh, guess what? It doesn't fit in. So it fits in. Yes, it's a good fit. I like that. We can move forward now. Okay, so well, I'm going to use the trimmer now. Now I'm going to take, sorry, I stopped talking because I realized I was not in front of the mic. Okay, so now I'm going to take my piece of copy paper, and I'm going to once again measure it. So let's measure it. So once again, I'm going to make the copy paper, the width of the copy paper, a little bit shorter than the width of this, so we don't have any jutting out edges. So I think I'm fine. I'm out by quite a bit over there, so I think my copy paper should be around there. And then what I'm going to do now is that, sorry, I need to pull out the bigger cutting machine or cutter or trimmer, because now that one won't, the length of this is too much. So just where I marked it, I am going to cut it down. And I'm cutting lengthwise because I want to have that kind of accordion fold in my paper. Okay, so I've cut it lengthwise, and I'll keep that for the next one when we do it. Okay, great stuff. And now what we are going to do is that before we glue this down, we need to do one more step, and that one more step is we are going to take this. So this is a fold, it's folded. We are going to just cut off a piece on the front part, not the back part, just the front part. So I'm going to just eyeball this and say, right, I want it maybe up until here. And I'm going to put my ruler, but if you can cut straight, go for it. If you've been watching my channel long enough, you know that's not possible with me. So we're going to cut it like that. Take our pair of scissors, open it out like that. Make sure you've opened it out. There's the crease that signifies this is folded in half. I am going to cut on the line right up until that crease. And when I get to the crease like that, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to cut from the top right to the and where it meets. Okay, so you are going to have something that looks like that. Okay, so now what's the next step is that you are going to take this folder here, your paper, and you are going to take it and butt it up against, or close as possible to the top end, and center this this strip of paper in this second panel. That's the first panel, this is the second panel. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Now I'm going to take some glue, okay, glue stick, and I am just going to put the glue down like this. Okay, like that. Right, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take this paper now, and you see, lucky I used this. Just let me clean that out, otherwise everything's going to stick on it. Great stuff. So I'm going to take my paper now. I am going to put it as close as possible to the top edge, so kind of like edge to edge, but not really edge to edge. There's a little opening over there, and then watch out that you don't get this paper here, the copy paper, in the crease of that cardboard. Okay, so you've done that now. So now this part is stuck down. Now what you're going to do over here is you are going to accordion fold it to the bottom. Make sure your edges are straight. But the trick here is that don't take the paper right up to the top of the cardboard. You well, the second panel cardboard, you don't take it. You take it just below the cut on your first panel. Okay, just below the cut on your first panel, and you're going to see why now. I'm going to take it a little bit more down, okay. I'm going to fold it now. I'm folding it there, and I'm making sure as much as possible that my paper is lined up. Okay, so I don't know whether that looks lined up. And then you're going to accordion fold it again like that. Okay, so remember, when you fold your paper for the first fold, second fold. So the first fold is going to go till almost the edge of the bottom. The second fold, do not fold it up to this edge of the second panel. Fold it just shy of the edge of the first panel, and then you do that. Okay, and that's what you got. So that's what it's going to look like, just the top over there. Right, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to put this in like that. Okay, all right. But before we do that, if you want to do any inking, this is the time to do the inking. Otherwise, you are not going to get a chance to ink this part here. You'll get a chance to ink that, but you're not going to get a chance to ink this. So go ahead and ink it. Inky, 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 like that. Okay, and that's basically it there. So I am using walnut stain. You know that about me. I like my walnut stain. Right, so now once again, let me figure this out. There's my opening here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece, and I am going to now, I can turn it this way as well. Okay, because that's my opening here. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to now take this whole booklet, and I am going to open up this flap. Once again, panel number 1, there's the fold, panel number 2. Okay, so I'm going to make it in the center of panel number 2. Okay, right, now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to look and say, right, that's the center, like that. Okay, I place this piece here with the cardboard and the page in the center of that flap there. Oh yeah, flap. I don't know if it's called a flap. Okay, and I'm going to look now and say, well, this here, okay, this cover part, okay, the edge of this must not sit directly over this. It must be like a millimeter or two away from it, okay, the edge of your cardboard there. Okay, now what you're going to do is you are going to now glue it, okay, or put some type of glue. Now I'm holding it in place over here so that it doesn't move. This here, I'm going to remove this because this is moving around. Okay, and I'm just going to adjust that once more, sitting in the middle, edges are not touching. Okay, and then I'm going to hold it down there and I'm going to do it once more. Okay, it's important that you get this edge right, kind of right like that. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you are going to glue this part here. Just add glue onto this part, okay, and then this part here. Now it's not as difficult. Trust me, yesterday when I did this prototype, I didn't have this problem. Okay, so just making sure that everything is glued up, sitting in the middle, all the edges are meeting nicely. There we go. And then just flip it over, okay, and then just hold on. You can open that out there, sorry, and then just glue this part as well here. Okay, so yesterday I glued this part first and then I flipped it over, but today I'm trying to make it a little bit easier for you. And if you're using a glue that sticks quickly, then rather glue your back than your front. Okay, and then what has happened here, it has moved a bit, so just going to go in there, put that right quickly like that there. Perfect. Okay, and it is done. So now what you're going to do, oh, I forgot to tell you, naughty. Okay, let's put it in now and see how that looks. Right, great, looking good. There's it here and there's it there, right, like that. And we can even move it around. Yes, so book pages, remember, if you're going to use the book page, make sure it is a thick one, not a thin one. This is relatively thick, but it could be thicker. Okay, so that's done now. And what I forgot to tell you is that maybe you want a crocodile or some punching machine, and then maybe an eyelet, but you don't have to have an eyelet. You can even use a brad over here, and then you can actually brad and then tie your ribbon around your brad. But hey, I've got the crocodile, I've got some eyelets over here. Let's play. So I apologize that I didn't tell you that we need this. I'm going to take out two, because no, let's take a green out. Now let's take a gold out for the other one as well. I should have taken this out, because now I'm looking for the right one. Sorry, just trying to get the right one, because the paper is thin, so I don't want one that is long. Here we go. What you're going to do now is you're going to find the middle of this, and you're going to, if you can eyeball it, that's fantastic. It's 9, so mine is going to be 4.5. Gonna find the middle, kind of like that, and bring it down a little bit. Then I'm going to punch a hole. Ooh. Sorry, it's summer here in South Africa, and then the mozzies come along, you know, to have a piece of you. And they love having a piece of me. Adding my red, I mean my eyelet, not red. And let's see, making sure that we can do that. And then this one here, I want it to be the Valentine's one, so I am going to decorate it with pink, and I'm going to come back to decorate, okay? But I just want to show you this part here. And I think that's a bit long, but we can always keep our scraps. Keep your scraps. Keep your scraps. Okay. And I'm just going to do one more with you. And then I think that is sufficient. So I will cut that down just now. Like that. Okay, so that's done. We can trim, I mean, we can ink the edges and we can decorate just now. Let's do another one quickly. All right. Just so that we can get this right. So once again, paper, paper, paper. No, not that. I'm going to use this. This is part of one of my kits. I do believe it's beautiful birds. I printed it on the laser printer. Hence the reason why it's got a back, I mean, what's that background? It's got, it doesn't print all the edge. I don't know if everyone's laser printer does that, but mine certainly does. Yes, my inkjet will be perfectly fine. So I'm just removing that edge there, and then I am removing this edge here as well. And this one here. Sorry. It is the reality. This is it. Oh, I think I took out a little bit too much here. Oh no, it's not. It's just that I don't want to really work with all this whitish, right? I mean, even though on this one it's not that bad. I think I made it a little crooked. So what do I want to do here now? Okay, cool. I know I don't want my pocket to be that long, so I am going to take out some. Want a bigger pocket. Okay, I want it fairly big. Let's see how that will size in our journal. Yeah, that's great. Okay, and then how wide do I want it? Sorry about that. I'm just keeping it there right now because I need to trim again, so I want it that wide. So I'm just going to use my bone folder, like that. Now this one you can score, okay? Reason is it is a bit thick. It is a bit on the thick side this year, so let's see. Don't know. Let's try. I think I'm going to use my other cutter because that is quite thick. I think it's 170 GSM, if I am not mistaken. Especially now when we want to cut double. So cutting off. That's the part we're going to use. This is the part we're not going to use. As I mentioned, you can make this whatever size you desire. Doesn't need to be, you know, whatever, you know, a certain prescriptive size. So I'm going to take out the top part now, which is going to be the cover. And there's a line over here, so I am going to kind of use that line as my guide. There's a line in the design. Just want to see. That looks a little bit off here, but I'll trim it down by hand rather. Okay, great stuff. Right, so here we go, and we've got that here. As I mentioned, there is a slight I obviously didn't fold it properly. Okay, Right, great stuff. Okay, now that's the front. Now let's not glue it wrong, okay? So that's how it's going to look, like that. Let's glue this now, here and here. I'm going to use the stronger glue here. Reason is this is, as I mentioned, like for the 15th time, that this is a thicker cardboard. Like that. Yes, I'm stopped talking because I need to concentrate on this line. I never get a straight line. Gosh. The struggle is real, people. I'm a part-time crafter. Part-time. So I don't have the skills of full-time crafters. But isn't that what it's all about? To show you that you don't need to have fantastic skills to craft. Right, so now we need the thicker cardboard, which I think somebody lost it. I lost the thick one. So I'm going to pull out a new sheet of... Oh no, I had the spare. That's the reason why I thought I lost it. Right, so coffee dyed paper. Let's see. Okay, so now I want it like that. Going to then trim it down there, and then maybe so much, trim it down there. All right, so great stuff. Okay, yeah, so I was saying, you know, sometimes we look at certain people and we say, oh, I can never do that. I know there's a lot of people say, no, I can never do that. Okay, there you go. I'm showing you that you don't. You see, speaking to you, I got it wrong. But let's see if we can recover. No, it's too short. I forgot to do the double. Okay, so let's do that again. Let's see if it's gonna fold double. Let's see if we fold it double. Where are we going to put it? Yep, we can do that. Yes, in fact, we can have to take some out even. You saw? So, speaking. Right, great stuff. So let's fold this first. Okay, let's not fold it. Let's see where we want to cut it down. Because I just hate when the paper has a fold in it and then we lose that paper. So I'm going to say, right, that's the length of it that I want. Maybe a little bit more. I'm going to cut it there. That's the length. So let's cut the length down firstly. Then we'll worry about the width. Alright, great stuff. Done. Right, so we've got some paper here that we can use on a smaller one. Now let's see here. There. Guys, I think we might have to cut down a little bit more of the length. I'm going to cut down a little bit more if I look at it. Might be a little bit too long. So let's cut down a little bit more of that length. Here. Yeah, I think that could be sufficient. Let's see. Yeah, that looks better. That looks much better. And then we are going to do this. Match it up here. And then because we are kind of using this paper that I mucked up a little bit because I didn't get it right, so now just gonna cut that out, but it's on the double. Okay, it's on the double at the moment, just remember that. Okay, right, cut and done. Right, so now let's see, before we start doing anything, is it going to fit in here? Bit of a too tight fit. It's going in, but no, it's not going in, and it wasn't glued fully. so it kind of opened this part over here a little bit. So let's add some glue there quickly, and then we'll cut that down a little bit more. So this glue here doesn't allow for a thin line like the other one, so we must compensate for that. And we're going to take out a little bit more. I think we'll be safe like that. Let's see now. See, that's the reason why you want to always see whether it's going to fit. Open out. Now you've got thick and thick cardboard here as well. Fantastic. Fitting great. Right, so now remember, take this piece of paper now, and then lengthwise you are going to say, right, you don't have to worry about this edge. The length can be on the edge to edge. It's just the width that needs some help. Okay, so once again, let's do that. This is weird, moving between one cut and the other, but it also depends on the size of my paper as well as the thickness of it. Now I don't want to ruin this blade because that paper was, that was thick. Okay, great. Let's just put this where it belongs. It belongs there. Right, so now let's do this. Right, so we've got that and it fits perfectly. But don't forget now, first panel, second panel. We need to cut off on the first panel over here. Okay, so how much do I want cut off? Sorry about the ruler banging. I think I want that much cut off. And then cut on the line to the crease or the fold line. Open your paper in half, or fully. Cut down the fold line until you meet that line there that you just cut. Great. Now what do? Glue, stick all the way down on the whole panel, second panel, all the way down fully. Your paper almost to the top. Make sure it's centered here, or at least it's not touching that fold over there, like that. This part here right to the bottom or close to the bottom, make sure you are lining your paper edges like that. That's a bit too close to the bottom for comfort. Right, remember this now when you fold it back, not in line with that, but just shy of the first panel cut mark. Cut. Okay, so does it, see, it was a bit wrong there. Let's bring it in a bit, a little bit more down. So when I close it, yes, that's better. Okay, done. Now what we're going to do here, okay, we're going to make sure firstly it's the right side and the writing is going in the right direction. Okay, like that. It's opening here. Great. Ink, because we're not going to get to ink the bottom parts. These here you can leave, but hey, since I'm inking everything. Right, so now let's see. Right, in the middle over here. Right, so now there's the second method of doing it, which might actually prove to be easier. Second panel, put your glue down like that. Okay, take this and ensure now, making sure that you don't go right to the top. You are kind of like that. Let's bring this down quickly to see for good measure. Yes, looking good. Right, so that's that. And then now, so this is the other easier, I think it's an easier way of doing it, but just ensure that this line is sitting correctly, meaning that you're not going to ink it down, glue it down like that. Okay, perfect. Right, and voila, it's done. Oh, that was a nice fit. Nice fit. Okay, and then the last thing to do, I want to decorate this with some birds, because I'll keep it for my bird journal, which, my goodness, I don't know when that's going to happen. Yep, that's the color I'm going to be using. And then what's the middle of this now going to be? Alright, so middle is, this is 10.5, so 5.75. So that looks like it's about the middle. And let's get that out. And now I lost my highlight. I lost my, oh, there's it. There's it here. Eyelet in there, like that. Sorry, just clearing up so it's not a mess for you. In there. And there we go. So that's done. I'm just going to see how long this video is, because I might pause it, decorate it, and get back to you so we don't have a super long video. Okay, because yeah, I did take a long time to do explanations on it. So like that, and ta-da, like that. Okay, so let me just see how long this video is. Yeah, it's long enough. I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna get back to you after I decorate. Okay, so I am done. That's what they look like. So this is for my bird journal, and I really do like it. You can even make it as a floating, or floating insert. That's one. And then this one is for my Valentine's journal. So I've got two for my Valentine's journal, but yeah, that's it. So let's see how many of these, okay, we did two on camera, and then I did a Christmas one, and then another Valentine's one. So you can see every one of them is a different size. These are two that are similar, but this is longer. But I think this is fatter. And this one, yeah, this is the smallest one. So you can make them as any size that you want to. But I wouldn't make them too small because I do want to write in them. Yes, I hope that you enjoyed this and that you will make a few of these. If you do make a few of these, then consider showing us what you've done in our Facebook group called Sunny Creates Junk Journals. I shall leave the link below. If you enjoyed this content, then please do consider giving it a thumbs up with a comment, and I'll tell you what to write as your comment, apart from anything else that you want to write. Okay, and then also if you haven't subscribed as yet, please consider subscribing if you like this kind of content. So take care, everybody. And what you're going to use is what should we call these? Accordion, I don't know, let's call it pockets. Pockets, just pockets. Okay, because I don't know what else. Oh, journal space. Let's make it journal space. journal space. That is it, because it does provide us with journal space, and I think that is going to work. Yeah, journal space. If you type it in the comments, I know that you stuck with me. And then also take care and have a blessed week ahead, and I'll probably see you tomorrow, and we will be doing one of our challenges tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Lots of love from me, Santhony at Sunny Creates. Bye bye.